Hey everyone, welcome to Stir It Up. Today we're diving into a topic that's been all over social media, Apoorva Mukhija, better known as the Rebel Kid. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't ignore the controversy that's come to define her brand. Let's talk about what went wrong and why we should care. But first, let's get to know who is Apoorva. Apoorva started as a relatable Gen Z content creator. Her witty reels and collabs with big brands got her a lot of success. She built a massive following by branding herself as bold, unfiltered, and a rebel. But here's the real question. Is rebellion still cool when it punches you down instead of up? She branded herself as the Rebel Kid, someone who speaks her mind and gives zero Fs. But when you build a career on edginess, where do you draw the line? Now let's talk about the deep shit, the India's Got Latent fiasco. Her appearance on India's Got Latent, a YouTube talent roast hosted by comedian Samay Raina, was a PR disaster. Fellow influencer Ranveer Allahabadia made vulgar jokes about sex, women, and most infamously, parents having sex in front of their kids.
नहीं but what if you're watching someone you know?
अब तो मैं तो देखो अगर मेरी फ्रेंड है और वो पॉर्न बना रही है और उसका रोजगार वैसा है तो मैं उसको देख के अपनी फ्रेंड को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ.
A show meant to be edgy turned into a cringe fest. But when you're laughing along to problematic comments, it stops being satire and becomes complicity. While this was likely intended as a humorous deflection, it contributed to an ongoing segment filled with sexual talks and awkward implications about parental intimacy in an inappropriate tone and context.
कभी वजाइना देखी है माँ से निकलने के बाद लवड़े?
Apoorva laughed. She cracked follow-up jokes. She called it bold humor. But to the millions of people watching, it wasn't funny. It was disturbing, especially coming from creators with massive influence on teenagers. Many users on Twitter accused her of normalizing disrespect under the guise of being edgy. This wasn't edgy, it was immature and tasteless, and for many, deeply triggering. Yet no one on that panel seemed to realize the weight of what they were joking about. Apoorva, who claims to speak against patriarchy and male privilege in older posts, remains silent on Ranveer's behavior, reinforcing criticism that she lacks consistency in her values. True feminism means calling out everyone, not just whoever's convenient. India's National Commission for Women summoned all key figures to explain the offensive remarks made in the show. The accident became national news. Outlets like BBC and AP News reported the story as a major free speech. National Human Rights Commission urged YouTube to remove the video, warning it threatened the safety, dignity, and mental well-being of children. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting intervened and announced on social media that the episode, retitled as India Has Latent, was officially blocked on YouTube for obscene and perverse comments. Samay Raina removed all episodes from YouTube by 12th February 2025 and has since paused the project. Legally, all involved were asked to cooperate with investigation and surrender passports to the Supreme Court and were barred from leaving the country due to the probe. A few days later, the public outraged and hashtags trended. A legal complaint was filed with the Mumbai Cyber Cell. Apoorva and others were summoned for questioning. What followed was a carefully worded apology on Instagram. She said, and I quote, "I'm sorry for contributing to a conversation that hurt people. That was never my intention. Just standard PR lingo. The problem is, there was no mention of what exactly she was apologizing for. No direct accountability, just vagueness and vibes."
My intention with that statement was not to hurt anybody except for maybe that guy's ego. But irrespective of my intention, I have hurt a lot of people. And that is honestly the last thing that I want to do. I genuinely create content to entertain people and to make them laugh.
She apologized, yes, but only after the backlash. So was it genuine regret or just damage control? The timing suggests it wasn't a proactive apology. If she truly understood the issue, why would she wait for legal trouble? Now let's witness the online hate versus her accountability. This is what her Instagram bio says, and I quote, "Downfall में भी मस्ती नहीं रुकनी चाहिए. प्राण जाए पर aesthetic ना जाए. On 8th April 2025, Apoorva posted screenshots of the threats and captioned, "This is not even 1% of what I went through." She rightly drew attention to toxic trolling, but failed to separate legitimate criticism from criminal harassment. When influencers lump accountability and abuse together, they undermine actual victims of online harassment and distract from the original issue. Under this post, some comments were like, "You deserved it," "Sympathy chahiye," "Victim card khel rahi hai," and so on. Let's get this straight. No one deserves rape threats or death threats. That's not criticism, that's crime. The online harassment she received was disgusting and inexcusable. But that doesn't mean legitimate criticism disappears. You can be both a victim of online abuse and someone who made a public mistake. These aren't mutually exclusive. Apoorva is a public figure, and with influence comes responsibility. The comeback she had was probably even worse.
एंड लास्ट 2 महीने में बहुत लोगों ने मेरी शक्ल यूज की है फॉर व्यूज, फॉर क्लाउड, फॉर क्लिकबेटी थंबनेल्स. सो आई डिसाइडेड दैट इवन आई also want to use my face for views.
When she came back with a dramatic Instagram drop and a YouTube video titled "Till I Say It Is," it felt more like rebranding than reflection. She leaned into the victimhood narrative without really addressing the why behind the backlash. While the pain may be real, she deflected all blame onto the internet without acknowledging how her own words helped fuel the controversy. She also wore a crop top that said "Stay Feral," a bold branding move. But was that the time for aesthetic rebellion?
But anyway, even after that, I was constantly under the pressure to say something funny. So मैंने literally 1-2 और joke मारे हैं, and they also are in very bad taste. When I heard those jokes, I didn't find them funny. I am literally in your guys' team. I don't know why I was saying these random things just to seem cool.
She was clearly pressured to crack jokes at the moment just to look funny and cool. But the question is, why even put yourself in that situation? Resilience is admirable, but accountability can't be skipped. If you claim to be the voice of the youth, then own your mistakes with the same energy you post brand deals. Being controversial became her identity. The rebel kid isn't about ideas anymore. It's just about being loud. And when you make rebellion your brand, you have to keep escalating it to stay relevant. Now, what all of this says about influencer culture? This isn't about one creator. It's about a culture where clout trumps conscience, where controversy boosts engagement, and where saying "I am being real" is used to dodge responsibility. This is how social media turns apology into performance, and how accountability gets replaced by clapbacks and clickbaits. So what do you think? Is Apoorva the rebel kid still a relatable icon? Or a cautionary tale of what happens when internet fame goes unchecked? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit like if you value honest critique, and subscribe for more deep dives. Stay smart, stay skeptical.